So now we're comparing Google and ChatGPT. The biggest difference is ChatGPT is giving me direct answers.
Right.
Google is gonna give me a list of answers, and it's asking me, check them. I have 55 pages, and I mean, just look through all of them and hopefully find what you need. But ChatGPT.
Yeah, but so the thing is, I mean, yeah, so Google though, at least, right, in comparison to Bing, if I search up, what's the average male BMI, right? It's going to highlight, it kind of knows, it'll know like what you're asking, and it'll usually bold the answer, right?
Yeah.
Right, and you could, okay, cool. Like you don't even have to like literally look through, right?
So it's like citing it, because ChatGPT doesn't cite. So you're going off of...
Exactly. You're going off of just whatever it is.
Yeah.
So that the citation factor, I think is important, right? So if Google releases their own AI and they just compare it with their search will actually work because their search has already been smarter than Bing search. Add that power of AI to it, you can literally, it'll give you, a ChatGPT answer, but then it can give you a list of sources where it gets this information from. And then you can even specify, hey, ChatGPT, like in the future, once we use more data, hey, what's the average male BMI? Give me only use sources from 2022 and higher, right? It'll immediately discard everything else, and it'll give you relevant information. Like imagine if you could like dictate what year to use the resources from.
Okay, that makes sense. Because sometimes the things that are counted as facts today, we didn't count them as facts 15 years ago.
Exactly.
And your current belief could be as of that 15 years ago. Because, today, if you look up how many genders are there, Google's going to tell you there's a bunch of them.
Right.
But if you put it from 2010 and before about gender, then you're going to get the information. But Google's not going to give you that. Right. They're going to give you the most. I mean, ChatGPT kind of does the same thing because it takes the most average answer in that period of time and gives it to you as pretty much the answers that comes out of ChatGPT is the generative answer from the masses.
Right. And general acceptance.
General acceptance.
Yeah.
That's the only dangerous part because majority of people today are accepting the most wrong things. We can all see how the U.S. is going through a very nasty cultural change right now.
So, and the thing is, and that's why it's important on how you train these data models. I mean, we all know, if I remember, I think it was Microsoft, they produced an AI a while back on Twitter. It was like a Twitter AI. And, the idea was, learn from the people and, it'll get smarter or whatever. But they weren't tracking that people can be very sick and very stupid. So they literally trained the bot to be racist. And it was saying extremely racist stuff on Twitter until Microsoft, I think it was Microsoft, don't quote me on that, but they had to pull the plug on the bot. So that's what I'm saying. If you are having this AI trained on inputs, it's dangerous. If you're having it trained on verified data, that's good, right? Okay. Imagine if you could request like, let's say you're doing like an English paper, right? But you say only use scholarly sources.
Oh,
right?
Oh, wow, this is gonna be a real game changer,
right? If you could literally, if you're talking about science, right? Only use science textbooks.
Not even that. Only use, certain websites for coding.
Right.
Only use sources from reputable coding websites.
Right.
So you're not getting some, popular code from Facebook.com.
Right.
But you're actually getting it from PhD reviewed codes.
Right. Because all people have to do now, especially not just. So I mean, obviously I'm in the military, so I also think of this from an international point of view, right? If let's say a foreign country wanted to poison the data pool, all they have to do is produce mass amounts of incorrect data.
Yeah, that the AI will read.
The AI will read that
and give it to people.
And think about it, if the government is using ChatGPT for their sources, whatever, for their ideas and their brainstorming, you just indirectly poisoned
their whole brainstorming matter.
Everything.